O clássico dos clássicos chega nesse domingo no CBLOL, Cade contra PEN, e o convidado hoje aí do Talkeshi vai ser inglês de novo, porque eu vou receber o Smiley. Então daqui pra frente, guys, vamos rasgar esse inglês das ruas. Smiley, I think life must be pretty good for you, right? In the last few weeks, you were the best player on the week 8 in the last week on the regular split and MVP of the series against Red. So how are you right now?
Yeah, no, it feels good. Feels good. I feel like the hard work has finally accumulated to something, but still a lot of work to do, right? And I'm far from satisfied. So.
And Smiley, we know that you guys have a real important match on the weekend against Spain, but I want to talk with you before getting in Brazil. What did you knew from our region? How was the idea of coming to Brazil? We know that Chris still asked you to join Cade, and did you know some player? Did you follow the region, or it was really a lot of new things that you would have to notice and understand when you first arrived?
I wasn't too familiar, to be honest. I did watch a bit though. I remember I watched that the rooftop final between Pain and Loud. I think
20, I think.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And I did also catch the finals before I arrived. Actually, I just randomly looked at Twitch and it was on, and I watched it, and it was kind of exciting. So I knew about the fan bases, and I knew about the general interest being way higher even than Europe, I would say, when it comes to fan interaction and stuff. So yeah, this kind of is one of the things that drew me in is the fact that there's a lot of pressure, there's a lot of fan interaction, and it can be kind of like a new start for me, I was thinking, because I've been in the RLs for many years. So for me, it was either I make a huge break, make it to LEC, or I come here and work my way from here. So I decided with that, yeah.
And it seemed like a good idea joining so far. And did you knew any players before arriving here? I have to play against Tinos, I have to play against Robo. I don't know. Did you knew any player before coming?
Yeah, I knew. I mean, I've been watching League since late season 1, so I was familiar with talkers, BRTT, Revolta, the people who generally made internationals, right? But also was familiar with, for example, Karaoke, who came to Europe and took rank 1. IU too. Actually, when I came here, I expected IU to be one of the kings of AD carry because he was really smurfing on the European ladder, and I played against him, and I was like, wow, this kid is something special. And he's still good. He came here, but I expected him kind of to be top of the top.
Monster.
Yeah, exactly. So I knew some players, and I knew some teams for sure. I knew Pain Loud and even Kaboom, and because I think they were in internationals. Was it Kaboom Alliance? I think this big upset.
Yeah, 2014.
Yeah, I saw that live. I was a Europe fan back then, so I was fuck this guys. But yeah, I was kind of familiar, I guess.
And Smiley, I don't want to be mean, but your first split in general was not that impressive as the second split. So what are your thoughts on the level that you had to play against in the first split? Did it surprise you? Pain and Loud. Kid was improving a little bit during the regular split, but what was the impression that you had when you first started screaming and etc. about Brazil in general?
Yeah. You asked me if I regretted coming here, and after the first split, I was like, "Damn, am I gonna get benched for Morpheus
for
now?"
Not playing that good.
so yeah, first split it wasn't that great, to be honest. I think it was a bit awkward because in the break I was at home and my PC was really shit, so I was not really playing League. So I think I came in really bad. I just came in really bad, hands-wise and such. So I think I had a really slow start, and on top of that, I think there was a lot of growing pains in the team, right? Basically, I mean, the Tukui situation and getting Leko in, another rookie, on top of this and Ponce, who was kind of fresh still, and Gigo, who have played for a while, but still was really far from what Chris wanted in a player, basically Chris' vision of the game, right, which is kind of high level. So yeah, I was also kind of impressed by the individual level here. I wasn't so impressed by the team levels, when it comes to macro and stuff, because I think even Pain Loud, I heard Tinon say in an interview, for example, he thinks only Loud and Pain play proper League of Legends, but I still think they're kind of far from proper League of Legends when I look at Europe or even NA.
In a team level, right?
Yeah, on a team
stuff.
level.
Yeah.
But individually, I was like, wow, these guys are I have to I have to step up, you know. Like I got outclassed, I think, by Titan, especially in the last playoffs. I think the second time around I did better individually, but yeah, I realized I have a lot to work on. So in the off season, I really dedicated myself to getting my individual level up, and also just kind of living and breathing league. I was watching so much league, and yeah, I think I'm at a place now, especially with prods too, because that was like a big challenge for us to get good together,
Yeah.
to be honest. And I think we're there now, and yeah, now I feel really good about my skill, and I hope it's showing. So
And Smiley, sometimes we try to describe CBLOL and we cannot put a word in the how CBLOL is. And so we say like CBLOL is diff because that's it for us. But like I want to hear from like a guy that's not from our country. Like you have some type of like the CBLOL sauce, as we say in Brazil. Like você tem molho, as we say in Brazil. Like you have the sauce from the CBLOL because you are like energetic when you are like winning. You scream to the other guys. You even mock like the other like community from the other teams. So somehow I think you understood the CBLOL diff that we like usually say on the broadcast and etc. Tell me a bit about it. Like, did it like impress you, the community playing in Brazil? Because for sure, you are a guy that impressed everyone on like screaming and like being really energetic, and maybe a captain for Kate on this
Mm.
second split.
yeah, no, for sure. I was. I did expect. As I told you, I saw some finals and stuff. So I expected, yeah, there to be a lot of fandom and a lot of interest. But playing on stage and seeing it live, it's a different feeling, especially when you play against like Pain Red with the most passionate fan bases. So I think I got kind of like swept into the energy.
Uh-huh.
I didn't come here and I was like, I'm gonna be a showman, you know. Like I don't think I am at all, to be honest.
You
Uh,
kinda.
I think I kind of become,
Yeah.
but it was more like a reaction, you know,
Uh-huh.
because I think before that Red series last playoffs, I was kind of chill, you know. I didn't really do much, but then they all chatted me again, and something has lit a fire in me,
Like
and
something changed.
yeah, and people love it, and I know that too. So I try to maybe play into it a bit, but like for example, what happened this last week against the Red fans, that was like a genuine reaction because
Uh-huh.
it's just how it is. Like I go out here to the break room, they're screaming at me from the stands. I'm like, man, I'm gonna show these guys, you know, like I'm gonna silence them. So yeah, I get kind of caught up in
How would
energy
you
and
describe CBLOL? Not a guy being from here. Like if you have to
in like
explain
one
to a
word.
friend in like Sweden. No, like not one word,
In
but how
general,
do you explain
sure,
CBLOL for a
sure.
friend in Sweden?
I'd explain it as fucking wild, crazy, crazy energy, a lot of individual talent. As I said, like I really believe that some of these players. As I already said it kind of, so I'm gonna use it as an example again. And I mean no disrespect with this. Actually, I think Brands, for example, this guy is fucking good. Like when I watch him play solo queue, and I think he even went to Korea and took high rank, right? Which shows a lot.
Like 1,000 LP in Challenger in
Yeah,
Korea.
and like this guy just needs maybe someone like Chris, for example, like to whip him into shape, because I feel like there's a lot of good hams here that just doesn't know what to do with them. You know, like it doesn't know how to utilize them properly. So that's one. The main thing that I take away from being here is there's so much talent, but not enough guidance, and that's kind of sad, right? And it's shown internationally too, because I do think we have enough individual talent to beat these like wildcard regions, but not enough team play, macro, like the basic map understandings and stuff like that. So yeah, I hope that will change now.
And Smiley, I was like speaking with Chris, maybe like 3 or 4 days ago, and he said that he never saw you playing in that level. And what you did between the first and second split, I heard. I don't know if that's 100% true.
Mhm.
That you didn't have any break. That you practiced as much as you could. How you and ProDelta worked between like those splits, because now you and ProDelta are for sure the best guys on Kate, at least from the outside perspective.
Mhm.
So is this what Chris said true? Like this is the top level that you have played in your career?
Um, I would say it's one of my peaks. Probably the highest peak I've been at, like right this very moment. I think I had some really good moments back in my career in like 2020, 21. I think that was when I started to dip and like find like a balance, which I was kind of happy with, but not satisfied with. Um, To be honest, in the break, I did want a little vacation, but I couldn't go on a vacation for different reasons. I'm not gonna say here. So I ended up just grinding. Yeah, I ended up grinding. But for me and prods specifically, I think it was more like just communication and openness. And I think that's something we went into the split like kind of promising each other that we like in general as a team we would have to be more open, like talk about our issues, because I feel like one of our big issues in split one, not only for the bot lane but in general as a team, was that we had issues, we had a lot of stuff on our mind, but we would not talk. So we would just sit there after a tough game of scrims and we wouldn't talk. You know, we would just look at our own screens and maybe I can do it better. You know, maybe I can do it better. But you have to talk, and I think that's what me and Prods really did. Put a lot of effort into, be more open, and yeah, talk about how you want to play, how you view the game, and find a balance.
So you would say that only like talking, you guys didn't like practice GV2 against Morteos and Talas from the academy, like play laning phase, because that was the main issue that, in my opinion, you guys had on the first split, like this Heimerdinger on the playoffs, like trying to win the lane, but not being capable of.
Yeah.
Like, did you guys try to spam a lot of GV2s, etc., something like that, or not, just like pure talking?
At the start of split, we played some 2v2s against Fury bot lane quite a bit, against our academy also. But I think the main thing, like that improved our 2v2 was just like scrims and talking about matchups, like talking about our vision of how if I want to take this brush in lane, like I want you to be here, I want you to be ready to hit, and these are like very basic things, right? But we didn't like communicate efficiently about it in the first split, I think so.
Just playing automatic stuffs and that's it.
Yeah.
And we also asked you, how would you rank yourself in the ADCs, like Ryu, Titan, Root, and Brands? And you said, I think on the date, that you were the best. So right now, after winning the best player on the last series, winning on week 8, I think, the MVP of the week, how would you rank yourself right now? Like Titan also put a good game, and Root, like
for sure.
Loud is struggling a lot right now. So how would you like power rank yourself in the middle of all these ADCs?
I'm gonna start off with a little bit of a political answer.
Okay.
I think undoubtedly, when you look at this split specifically, me and Prods are the best bot lane, and I think I'm the best AD carry. But when it comes to pure individual level, I still must say I have a lot of respect for Root. I do think
Even after Loud like not being this impressive on this split.
Yeah, because I think for example, what he did against Furia, it was something that I think if you put me and Titan there, it doesn't happen. Like, to be completely honest. So I think he still has that in him, and I think Titan and me have better circumstances in our teams right now. Like, for sure, I would say that without a doubt. So I think in pure individual, I would still say Route is probably the best in the region. And then for second place, it's me or Titan. And I think, to be honest, that comes down to on the day more than anything. Like, I feel like I'm better right now, but we'll see. You know, this weekend will show. So.
Yeah, we'll see on Sunday for sure.
Exactly.
And now talking about more like the Cade and Pain stuff, do you understand about like how this match has been played throughout the years? Because I played since 2010, and I have played a lot of Cade and Pain stuffs. Do you understand? Do you like did I research something like that to understand the power of this series between Cade and Pain?
I wasn't really aware until we played them in playoffs last split. Then I saw some like stat lines getting posted. I was like, wow, this is like really historical. It was like kind of even in terms of matches, right?
Yeah.
But there's been a lot of.
I think it's 27 for Pain and 23 for Cade. I just saw like a post something like that.
And it's obviously been going on since forever. And then Key dropped out of the CBLOL, as I know, and now we're back, and it kind of revives it. So yeah, it's really dope. I think with the longevity of some organizations here, and some fans, like they told me, like, I've been a Kid fan since 2014. I'm like, wow, dude, that's when I started like watching and stuff. So that's freaking awesome, and I'm glad to be a part of that history, and hopefully changing it a bit more into Kid's favor. Yeah.
And the last time you guys have faced each other, it was a BO1, but it was like a really intense game that even you could like win the game, if not that Gene ultimate on the enemy base. What did you learn from playing against Pain on the last time you guys screamed that much? How you think the series is gonna be?
I think it's gonna be pretty similar to the Red Canids series, I believe. I do think Pain has some similarities to Red, but they're just better at what Red is trying to do, in my opinion. And they also have better champion pools. So I expect that it's gonna come down to one or two of those games where if we show enough resilience, like the Red game 2, for example, and we take that game, I think we have the series no problem. I think that's like actually one of our strengths too, that we showed against the in the best of one against Pain in the regular too, that I think we're a team. It sounds a bit cliche, but we never give up. Like because
Yeah, for sure.
because I think we have like a very strong how do you say it? Like we're convinced that we play the map better than any team. So even if we're 3K down, let's say in mid game, if we play the map properly, we can bring that lead down. And just if we go to even state in mid late game, we will just win. And I'm pretty sure about this too. I think the way we approach the map right now, it's the best in Brazil. And I think Pain is second. They're actually pretty good on the map too. But I think we're a bit better. So
Yeah, like seeing you guys playing against Red in this game too, like sometimes it feels like the game's lost, but you guys manage to bounce back. I don't know how you guys do it, but
yeah,
even Pro Delta said for me in like the interview after the game that you guys like are seeing like the victory going far away, and then you guys just bounce back and bring the victory back to your
Yeah.
pocket, you know?
I think a part of that, no disrespect to Red, but for example in that game too, the way they played their Nash, I kind of got a feeling that wow, these guys don't know how to close. Like these guys won't close the game out unless we give it to them. That's how I felt like, because we had like 2 inhibs down, mid and bot, and they're sieging the last turret, and they're like 10k up, and they have Nash, and they're not sinking the waves, and then FNBS gets caught in the base or something. So I see this in game, and I'm like, okay, this is winnable. They don't know how to end. so I think we have this like very strong conviction about ourselves that almost from any game state we can squeeze out a win if we play properly, if we play disciplined. And I think now our early game's getting better too. So if we get a comfort comp, for example, against Red in game 1 and game 4, you can see when we get a lead, we don't put the gas pedal down or up. I mean, we like keep pressing, and we know how to play 2 lanes. We know how to execute our Nashers, and yeah, I think that's a bit lacking in this region right now. So I think that's an edge we have.
Smiley, to end the conversation, Titan was the MVP for the series between Pain and Loud. You were the MVP for the series, Cade and Red. What are you like trying to expect playing against him on the lane? Like, what are the difference between you and him? Is like just champion pool? Is just like team stuff? Pain plays around bot lane so much, in my opinion, at least.
Yeah.
You guys play MF, you guys play Jin. Titan goes more for the Ezreal. So, what are the difference that you have, and what you should take care of playing against Titan?
I mean, as you said, they play a lot around bot. Karaoke loves his like full clears into fuck with the enemy bot lane. So that's something I'm gonna have to watch out for sure. I do believe if you just keep it stable and don't get like sucked into this like, oh, we have to match them bot. I feel very confident, to be honest. Because I do think Pain also kind of suffers when their bot lane aren't like snowballing. Because I think Titan has a lot of, from what I understand, he has a lot to say in that team too, when it comes to like how to play the map after laning and into mid game. And I think every time I see Titan not in a great spot in the game, Pain seems kind of lost. So it's definitely something we're looking at. I can't give too much away, but I'm keeping my eye on that for sure. Yeah.
And if you win, you're playing on the 7th September on Belo Horizonte.
Yeah.
Are you like buying some tickets for like parents, something from like Sweden to come to Brazil and maybe watch you play there? Like, because if you win on this Sunday, for sure you're gonna be there.
Yeah. No, I was talking to my dad, for example, and maybe my little brother to get them over. But we'll see. Like he's working. He could take time off work, but it's a trip, you know. It's a trip for sure. And I was thinking maybe it's easier for us to make Worlds and then it's Berlin, so then they can come to Berlin and it's an easier flight. But we'll see. I'd love to have them there.
Did your parents already like watched you playing in a big event, something like that before?
live, I don't know, but my parents are very supportive, and I love them for that. They watch every game, every game. After every game, I get a message. Like my dad, for example, messaged me about the Red fans after those series. He was like, you did the right thing, son."
Smiley.
So yeah.
You can go on.
Yeah,
That's it.
no. So I don't think they've been at like an event, and I would love that for them and for me too. So we'll see. We'll see if I can sort it out. Yeah.
Smiley, I wish you all the luck in the road and like put up a good series against Spain because I think the arena was gonna be like crazy and when you guys play against Spain. And that's it. Guys, agora vamos falar em português, né? Porque afinal de contas no domingão tem Cade contra PEN. Esse aqui é o cara do time da Cade. Tem também Titanzada pro lado da PEN, o confronto na bot lane. Vai pegar fogo. E é isso, meus queridos. A partir então de 12:30, o Lobby CBLOL no domingão. Cade contra PEN, o clássico dos clássicos. Forte abraço e até mais.